What's going on, guys? So, just reviewing a bunch of stocks I like. I'm going to go over some strategies that I like to use. Um, if you're not following me on the live streams, there's a link to my other channel that I go live every single day. It is just called Cove Trader. This is my options and stocks channel. But let's get into it. So, basically, if you're following along, I was in Uber a couple days ago, actually, let me take some of this stuff off. This is more of my day trading stuff. But yeah. So basically, I've been in Uber. Oh man, I got an Uber somewhere around here with options that were out to March, and then I literally bought. Earnings came out, we dropped, and I bought more right here. And we basically unloaded them yesterday, which was Friday. Um, I thought the earnings were pretty good. And then obviously Bill Ackman came out and said that he took a large investment in Uber. So I'm kind of liking it even more. I actually sold all of my Uber out. I am looking to re-enter. I'm probably going to end up selling puts. The volatility is up right now, so the options are probably going to be some higher premiums. Depending on if we open, I would love to open down a little bit and then maybe sell 70 puts. That would be pretty good. Sell weeklies, 70s, and just start collecting premium. Worst case scenario, I start collecting stock on Uber, but I like playing stocks as soon as earnings come out. It's one of my strategies. Depending on the stock, I actually play the earnings. I'll sell far out of the money puts that basically never get clipped, and I just suck premium up every earnings. I did not do that here because I was already in long with calls. But yeah, this is one I am looking to sell puts on coming into the week. If you've been following along, Lemonade, moving on up, baby. So we started accumulating a position in Lemonade right around here. We've been selling puts every week. I've also have shares. Um, a piece of my shares actually got taken away at 36. I bought them. I bought them around here. And then maybe like 2 days ago when we started moving up, I sold $36 calls to collect some weekly premium. They got called away. We made a good amount of money on that. I'm still holding shares. I'm still holding some puts that are pretty much decayed. Depending on what we do, this is not the best of candles. If we do pull back a little bit to maybe you could see the support probably around 34. I will probably start reselling maybe 32 puts. I like this stock. I like that the premiums are super high. Um, yeah, I mean, weekly premiums are sometimes like 2% in a week, 3%. So I will just keep on selling premiums. I see they have earnings coming up. This might have an earnings run. So if we do get a little dip, I'll probably, like I said, I'll probably sell some puts. I'll hold my shares. Come earnings, man, last earnings obviously was here and it ripped. We are way above where we were last earnings. Do I want to hold this through earnings? I don't know. The biggest problem with Lemonade is you're going to get a big move. I got to see what the premiums are as we get closer. I might sell some further out of the money puts. I'll definitely cover my stock position with covered calls, and I might sell some further out of the money puts because I have a feeling you're going to get premium all the way down into the 20s. So that's probably what I'm looking to do. I did a whole thing how Lemonade is just growing. The revenue is growing. Couple of the other ones I've been looking at were DraftKings. DraftKings is one I might take a position in. They got earnings coming up, so I might. Oh, am I gonna miss the earnings, or did that happen? I gotta look. I gotta look. This is one I've been wanting to possibly get in on. We got on Toast. Toast is obviously still way up there. I was a big fan of Toast in the 20s. I was all over it for a while. And then finally we got the move up that we wanted. I would watch Etsy. I'm not saying Etsy's good. I do not like the company in general, but they're talking about stopping some of these Chinese knockoffs coming in through Shine and Temu. Temu really hurt Etsy. I think that if they can kind of clamp down on some of that, Etsy could see, a nice little run back. I mean, their quarters are obviously have been down just looking at this. I would expect something like this. Nothing crazy, maybe back up into like 75, 80 range. But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on what Trump is doing over with that stuff. And other than that, I like Google. I am going to take a position in Google next week. I usually wait 3 days for earnings. And the reason I wait 3 days for earnings, because if you want to get out and you have a large fund, you're not going to just hit the sell button and sell a ton. So you usually get 3 days of selling. We dropped, we held for 2 days, and this is why you follow the 3-day rule, right? All of a sudden, boom, you would have got roasted. It would be nice to fill this gap. Got a nice gap fill at 76. We're going to see. We get around 80. I'm going to start selling some puts and probably start building a position. I like Google. I think it's one of the magnificent. Somebody's calling. Oh man! So if you're still watching, I had to pick up a call. So sorry about that, but yeah. So Google's one of the top ones that I do want to own. I just don't want to own it up here. I've said that rolling into earnings. We talked about it running into earnings. I sold puts, collected the premium, and then literally bought them back right before earnings, which was literally the top. I do think we get back down to 180, 175. I'm liking this. I'm probably going to jump on this down there and just start selling some puts. I do want to own TSM. I do think just looking at TSM, though, we are going to get a little bit of a roll. So they just reported earnings. Obviously, market didn't love it. I'm going to dig into it. I waited the 3 days, but the 3 days kind of got it bought back up. But I'm waiting for this to kind of maybe be like a little bear flag. We break, we come back down to like 170, and I start buying it down there. And that's pretty much what I'm looking for. Like I love like D-Dog and things like that, but they're just so far. Net reported, if you're looking at net just reported. I've been talking about net since $40. Net basically controls the freaking internet. You go to a website, net is on there. I just can't jump in now. It's one of those things that you had plenty of opportunity. I actually took most of my position off at like 110, and I did not really anticipate this going where it is. I did at some point, but not. It's parabolic. It's just too rich for my liking. I think there's better opportunities with better risk reward out there. But we see net come back down to say 100. I'm anticipating some type of sell-off coming. This is one that's definitely on my watch list. Them, SE, Shop is another one. These are all ones I want to start selling puts. I've been building a position in PayPal. I've talked about this before. Yes, the chart does not look great. We dumped, basically bear flag. We're breaking down. You know, earnings were good. They're doing a share buyback. PE ratio is like the lowest it's been since 2017. I personally think PayPal should be well over $100. And this is one that I think I'm early on. I'm going to keep building a position, and I completely feel like this is going to pay me off, just like SoFi paid me, just like Toast paid me. This is going to be one that I'm going to be frustrated with. I'm going to be building a position, and then when it goes, I'm just going to bank big. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at. I like Square also. Square's got to do that one-time big payment. I want to see what their earnings look like and how that gets baked into it. Nike's dead to me. I would not buy Nike. It just feels like people's money is going to other brands right now. And other than that, Hims. I've been talking about Hims for ages. Been talking about Hims, I don't know, probably since $10. I am completely out of Hims. I sold my last little bit, and I covered my last puts at $39. I am out. We'll see what happens. I like it. I just need it to come down. There's no way I'm buying up here. Like, I want to see it come back down. Same thing with like Hood. Hood's another one that's on my watch list that I really want to get back into, but took my profits and I'm out. SoFi is one that's bugging me right now. We obviously had this climb, and I am building a position in SoFi. Long base. We had our first run up, and now we're basing again. Basing for another push back up. So that's where I'm at. If you have any companies you want me to take a look at, comment below. Take a look. Come on the live stream. And yeah, that's pretty much it.